Welcome back to After the Afters podcast. On today's episode, we are talking about seeing Umphrey's McGee in Los Angeles at the Regent Theater. If you haven't already, please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe on YouTube. Check out our website, groundscorz.myshopify.com, where you can shop apparel we make and After the Afters podcast merchandise. Any support helps us continue to make this show. Thank you so much. Enjoy this episode.
People who are old enough to be my parents
doing
nitrous. Like, it's just wild. I don't even know how you know when one song goes from end of one song to another song, because it's like they're playing and then they're playing and they're playing.
All that improvised jamming where they're just playing off each other, building it up, and then how did you all just like woo, and then like perfectly come back down? You want to talk about Umphrey's McGee? Your first Umphrey's McGee show? That's special.
Why? Why is it special?
Because they've been around for... They're like a core of the festival scene and a jam band that really is a lot different than kind of like Grateful Dead, Fish, that style of jam band, where they get very kind of like almost heavy metal at some points, how they play.
You think that sounds heavy metal?
They play some heavy music. Oh shit, let me silence the phone. They play heavy music. No, it's not heavy metal, but they get heavy. Anyway,
I would not classify that as heavy. I would classify that as dad rock. And when you look at the crowd, it shows. It's dad rock.
That's fair. That's fair. But it's not like Dave Matthews dad rock. It's more of a
like a Doobie Brothers.
More psychedelic.
Like a Doobie Brothers dad rock?
Yeah?
I don't know.
Aren't Doobie Brothers more like Southern style?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Doobie Brothers is like super Southern. But I'm just saying, like, as a generalization of like the crowd and what it looks like, and then like Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
Kind of like the vibe of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. It was really good.
Basically,
really packed.
Yeah, that was like the smallest venue I've seen them play.
Yeah. What was the venue called?
The Regent?
It was cool. It had like you'd go in and to the left there was food, and to the right was that bar.
Yeah.
And then you went in, and then that was the the venue. But it was a really small, weird venue once you got in there.
Yeah, they must have started right as shortly after the doors opened or something, because didn't it say like doors were...
We went in maybe 15 minutes after doors.
Yeah, and they were already playing.
They were playing and it was packed. So like all those people had to have been waiting outside in a line.
Yeah.
Like that's just insane that those like we're thinking we're early. And in my head I'm like, no one's...
No cat.
He didn't just mess with anything, did he?
No, we should be good.
Okay. What was I saying?
How people were all lined up outside.
Yeah, I mean, it was so full. It was like all the way the doors to open to go into that part of the venue. It was full all the way when we walked in.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that the doors to the venue is like directly in front of the stage.
Yeah.
So we walk in and then we just like hit a wall and we're like, fuck, like I did not expect it to be already like packed in
15 minutes,
here.
yeah.
And that's how I've always been very surprised what a big following they have out here. I don't know if it's because Joel, the keyboardist, is from California, so they've just always came out here. But yeah, they're here every year, and it's always a like pretty good what's the word?
Show?
No, like their fan base is like a committed. They have a bit of a committed fan base in SoCal.
I mean, they were really good.
Yeah, the first set took a while to kind of like feel like they were kind of warming up. But then they ended the first set with that smooth operator cover, and then they went into a sick jam.
Yeah.
From that.
That is the nice thing that I like from going to that and listening to them on like Spotify. It's not the same.
No.
Because the song is so different because they're playing it live, and it's like not, it's however they're playing it. I shouldn't cover my yawn.
Why?
I'm not supposed to cover my yawn.
Because it's just sending it back in.
Yeah, so the yawn I learned in class the other day, we used to never cover our yawns, and then the Black Plague happened. And then we were taught to cover our yawns to not spread the plague. And your yawn is actually your body system regulating itself, and it's it is like a cooling system for your body. And sometimes when you yawn, it's also signaling the person around you or person or persons around you that their body isn't regulating. So sometimes it's not even you. Sometimes it's your body responding to another body's dysregulation. And so it recognizes the dysregulation, and then you yawn. And your yawn, if you don't have it covered, signals that within their body, and vice versa.
Yeah, because they always say yawns are contagious.
Yeah, it's because it's your body's recognizing the dysregulation. And so it's, and I mean, I don't know, yawns feel great when you just don't cover them and you just let it go.
I wonder if that's why sometimes at shows I'm like yawning a lot, and you're like, did you just yawn?
I yawn all the time. It's just because I'm flicking your shit.
Yeah, so I guess it's just because all these people are dysregulated. And yeah. I'm just like, am I dysregulated right now?
I don't know. Or maybe I am. Who knows? But that's one of the homework assignments is I have to like, well, it's one of them that you can choose from. You yawn uncovered in front of 6 different people. And in the description, it says, be prepared. Some people might get angry. Because some
At
people
you
get...
yawning?
At you yawning. Like, he had a story of that someone did this, and they yawned in front of someone, and, you know, you're just like, ah, and the person got super angry with them.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Maybe they're just...
I guess some people just get upset because they're like, how dare you? That's rude.
Or they're just so closed off inside that they can't handle that people are expressing...
I don't know.
Their regulations.
I don't know.
Then it makes you think, why is it called Yawn Dawn? Pretty Lights is festival.
Hey. Because it's regulating.
It's a regulation.
It's a regulation for our bodies that we need. That's why it's got to happen once a year.
We're regulators.
Yeah. Well, what better location than the Buena Vista? Right?
Buena Vista.
Buena Vista? Okay. It's also
It's
said
not
Vista.
It's not.
Buena Vista. Okay, so if it's in California, it'd
know.
be Buena Vista. But because it's in Colorado, it's Buena Vista.
Yeah. It's the accent.
Yeah. Yeah, so we get in and then we go. Thankfully, there was the walkways to the side, but they were hidden. Like, you couldn't, unless you, like, knew where you, like, you'd been there before, you wouldn't really know that those were there. So that was nice. But then it took us, like, down by the side where the merch table was, and then some random table.
Yeah, they had, like, trinkets and stickers, and they do, like, those little orange circle stickers, and they say love, so you can put them on.
I didn't see those.
Yeah.
I would have loved some of those.
Yeah.
It was pretty packed. We kind of, like, wiggled our way up slowly but surely. I did notice that the majority of the crowd, men.
Oh, yeah.
They all look like men to be mid-30s and older. More over the age of, like, 45. Definitely an older demographic.
Yeah.
Which is probably why it was, like, so chill. Because this is the first time of going to something where I got stepped on and the person apologized.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
And, like, everyone around us was pretty, like, respectful and aware of their surroundings, aware of their space.
Yeah, it was refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah, always at Umphrey shows, there's not a lot of dancing.
That guy next to us was dancing. You talked to him. He was
the
there
tall
with
dude?
Yeah, the tall dude with his girl.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was his girlfriend or his wife, but the one you were talking to.
Yeah.
He was dancing, and then there was, like, there was a bunch of people down in front of us that were dancing.
Yeah.
And then we were dancing.
Yeah, it was...
I don't know how you could not dance. I mean, it was, like, so good.
I feel like people a lot of the time at Umphrey's just get so, like, fixated by how they're playing.
They're just thinking, where's the nitrous?
No. But Umphrey's is, like, the only group, I mean, besides Fish, but that's given, but, like, at these shows in downtown or, like, in Los Angeles that I come out and there's nitrous tanks.
Still wild to me.
Same at Disco Biscuits in Santa Ana. There was a guy selling nitrous.
Yeah, in the parking lot, like, away from the venue.
Yeah.
But Fish and this one, you come outside and, like, well, Fish, it was before the whole street, and then afterwards you have it. It's still so crazy to me. Like, it's like people who are old enough to be my parents doing nitrous. Like, it's just wild. Like, what?
Just on a sidewalk. Yeah. That was fun. But yeah, it's interesting to me that, like, why wouldn't you sell it after EDM shows where you know they're heavy drug users?
Because it's not.
Maybe it's a sketchier crowd, like customers.
maybe sketchier. You don't know. Those people are more so to be on like other things, I guess. Being that it's LA, you don't have as many like looks, I guess, if you're going to a show in that part of LA. Because we go to the other part of LA where we went to like Opio, and then we went the other night for
Super Task.
Super Task. And
more heady crowd.
yeah, that. But then it's like, okay, what is there like no law that prevents?
Well, it's
just
legal.
weird that
it's illegal to use it as a drug.
But they can sell it.
They just don't. I mean, there wasn't really cops there the night of Umphrey's.
I know, it's just wild to me because it's like, it's just out in the open. Like when we went to fish,
the cops are everywhere.
The cops
People
are everywhere.
like doing nitrous.
You got kids like out here selling the balloons.
Yeah.
Like that shit's wild.
Yeah, I know. And they're just not worried. They're not scared of selling it right in front of cops.
Yeah, they're like, fuck the police. What are you gonna do? Don't take my balloon.
Power in numbers, I guess. Yeah.
It's just crazy. But, I mean, you do see, like, I feel like you see the balloons, you see nitrous, like, at festivals. People will have at festivals. But, for EDM.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know.
Most people in an EDM show, they're, like, not hanging around. They're, like, gone. And when we go to, like, a jam band, everyone kind of lingers, takes their sweet time leaving. It's not like, get out of here.
That's true.
So maybe that's why.
Yeah, maybe it's just the demographic. Like, these are more older people with money. They're not gonna, like, pull some wild shit. They're just gonna be like, here's my money.
Yeah.
I'll pay whatever.
Here's my money, give me a balloon.
Yeah. Just
Crazy.
all gas prices are inflating. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Because it used to be 3 for $20, but now they're like, no, the size of the balloon is this much, so it's like $20 a balloon or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Should have got one of the posters. It would have looked so cool up on the wall.
Yeah, they had a sick poster for the West Coast run.
You liked the one that literally looked like a Grizz album thing.
Like it had the skull.
It had the skull. You liked that one. I didn't like that one. I liked the other one. The other one was kind of spooky and...
That was the West Coast one. It was Fear and Loathing.
Ooh, that's probably why I liked it. I
love
Fear and Loathing.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, I didn't see. I didn't pick up though. That was Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, someone said that, and I was like, oh, okay.
I would not like if it had maybe like a casino in the background with like the Fear and Loathing, like the car that they drive on the road, and then like maybe that's understandable, or like maybe some different things in there. But that's not what I got from it. The other one though was way cooler.
Well, I like the shirt. I'm not wearing it. But...
Yeah, how dare you? I'm
just wearing our merch. Can't really see it from here, but go get After the Afters merch. Groundscorz.myshopify.com.
Ding. Like the Taco Bell ding. Dong.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. It's trademarked.
Well, Cyclops apparently, isn't he the one who's making those bird songs? He like samples the birds.
Yeah.
He's like he always throws the Taco Bell in his songs when he's producing.
That's probably different.
Anyway, yeah, the first set we were kind of like stuck on the side because it was kind of hard to like, oh, how are we gonna get in the middle more without being kind of rude? And then set break happened, and you went to the bathroom or something, and I started talking to that couple who was super cool. And then we kind of made our way into the center. And we had a nice spot for the second set. Plenty of room to boogie.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like the second set just cranked up the energy.
Yeah,
What do you think of their lights?
it was pretty cool. I mean, overall, like it was that was some of the most fun I've had in a while with the shows that we've gone to here. It was just like the energy of it was good, and then the music was really good. It was like it almost had this like nostalgic feeling. It made me think a lot of like as a kid with my dad, like the music that he would listen to outside of like like the Metallica and whatnot, but the other types of dad rock.
Yeah.
That's why it makes me like think of dad rock. But it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I do wish there was like. Does this count as my 6 people? Because like people watch this and then
Yeah.
maybe I'll make other people yawn.
Yeah, you're having a lot of yawns.
I can't help it. It just is like happening. My body's signaling yours. It's saying, "Come on, motherfucker! What are you doing? Why aren't you yawning?" Yawn. I'm kidding. I do wish there was like a little bit more space at times, but that's because I feel rude sometimes when I'm like moving and then I accidentally like bump someone and they're like, wait, like this crowd was more of like a why you bumping me crowd, whereas like when we're at like an EDM show and you bump into someone, it's kind of like an expected.
Now I'm yawning.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. That felt good.
This is great for a podcast.
Yeah.
Listening.
Oh, that was so good. It's really good when you yawn, and then like when I'm in the car going to class, and I yawn, and then I just like after like as the yawn is ending, you're like getting out like it feels like you're getting this deep rooted frustration out that you're like yelling, screaming, but at a lower tone. Like, instead of it feeling like it's coming up here, it's coming from down here.
Yes.
And it feels so good. So good.
Yeah, it's regulating your nervous system.
Yeah. And you're just like, anyways.
Yeah, at EDM shows, people are just, like, bumping through, barging through. Yeah.
It's, like, normal. Like, the concept of plur is going away, and like there's so many times when we're somewhere and people are just like shoving to get through. There's no excuse me. There's no anything, It wasn't like that at this crowd. That was nice.
I wish I could remember some of the songs. I feel like it was just such a euphoric night that
I don't even know how when one song goes from end of one song to another song, because it's like they're playing and then they're playing and they're playing. Like obviously that's the concept of jamming. But then like at what point does the next song start? Because it's like it feels like the first set is just one continuous song.
Good.
And then the second set, one continuous song.
Well,
like you're on a journey.
Sometimes they would like stop after a song, but
sometimes, yeah, and then they would start again, but then sometimes they didn't.
But it's those good, like, 15-minute jams where it's like, okay, they start the beginning of the song, and you, like, hear the lyrics, and then they'll jam for, like, 8 minutes, and then they, like, bring it back, and it's that, like, that in-between where it's all that improvised jamming, where they're just playing off each other, building it up, and then come back just like so cleanly into the lyrics, where it's just like, how the fuck did that just happen? How did you all just like woo, and then like perfectly come back down? And then and then if they have it set up to where they're able to just like drop right into another song, it's so cool. It's just like the next note is like the next song.
Yeah,
it was interesting because that's the first time I've seen them with now a new drummer, and they were missing one of their guitarists. their new drummer, I guess they took Sun Squabby's drummer.
Mm.
I don't know if he still plays with Sun Squabby also. But yeah, he crushed it. I mean, clearly he keeps up with them.
Yeah. Every person is important.
Yeah.
Each instrument is so crucial. Was Pretty Lights ever like a jam band, or have they always been?
They're a jam band now.
But it's like EDM. So
Yeah.
it's like EDM jam band.
Yeah.
Were they ever not EDM?
No. He was a DJ. He was a producer. He's a producer, and then he would do DJ.
Oh, okay.
Like he was a DJ.
And then moved it into like what it is now.
Yeah, I mean, he would have a live drummer. He went through a few different drummers, and he would have a live drummer at his EDM shows. Not every single one, but that was common. So, like, Adam Deitch, the drummer for Lettuce, was one for a while. Mm. And then now Alvin Ford Jr. I forget the very first one. I think it was Corey, this guy Corey. And then, yeah, but Alvin Ford Jr., he is just a beast.
How do you remember these names?
I mean,
it comes to like bands, and you're like, yeah, like 10 years ago they had this guy, and then like they didn't like him, so then like 6 months later they had this guy, they really liked him, but then he only lasted like 2 years, so there was this guy, and then they had this guy after. Like, that's you, like, all of these different names and like bands that they played with.
I try. I mean, I feel like I'm putting it to shame. I should know better, especially being having a podcast. But like at it was crazy because the first year I went to Pretty Lights and Telluride, he had Adam Deitch on the drums, and for Color Map of the Sun tour, I think when they started Color Map of the Sun, he had an organ player, this like European organ player. And I don't know if he had Chris Carnes, the scratch DJ, at that point, or if he brought him on a little later. But yeah, and then like the next year at Telluride, it was like completely changed. Adam Deitch wasn't drumming anymore. It was Alvin Ford, and then I think they might have gotten rid of the organ player, and then like I think it was Alvin Ford's like brother, or they're black, maybe they were just saying his brother. But they grew up, and then that guy was like I think he might have been an organ player too in Pretty Lights, but they grew up like playing in like the church together in New Orleans. Oh. 'Cause Pretty Lights, I don't know if he still lives in New Orleans, but that's where he had been living for a long time. That's how he got connected with those guys.
This is so crazy. Where do you how do I fact check this? Where did you find your information?
It's from his own mouth.
You're like, that's how you know if you're a true Pretty Lights fan.
Yeah. I know. I'd love to do a collab episode with the guy who's got the Pretty Lights podcast.
Who's that? Do you know his name too?
I don't know his name, but the podcast is like a Trip Through Time.
Oh, I've not heard of it. I will have to look it up.
Yeah. But his podcast is all about Pretty Lights.
Like, that's it?
Yeah.
So if I wanted to learn everything there is to know about Pretty Lights?
Possibly. I haven't listened to a full episode yet, but...
You haven't listened to a full episode yet? For a shame.
I know.
This makes me think of that annoying video that went viral. What's better than this sound?
I haven't seen it.
No, you haven't seen that? It's like this white girl in her car, and she's like, what's better than this sound? I gotta do it by the microphone.
Yeah.
The shaking of ice.
No ice.
And then it cuts to a different video of like something that's better than, because it's like,
yeah,
whatever, but
trends.
It just made me think of that. White girl iced coffee. Actually, no, that's not.
But yeah, I didn't realize they were short guitarists when we saw Umphrey's until I talked to Finn, because he's like diehard.
Yeah, so then, they have to come visit, or we have to go to them, because what, you said that the Umphrey's plays there a lot?
Yeah.
See, then we just go there, we visit, and go
That would be
see
nice.
Umphrey's again.
They got to see, the last time they saw him was, because they live in Charleston, they saw him, they have like a beach venue.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Declan would love that.
Yeah.
Not like you can go, I think they're like 21 and over most of the time, but.
Well, I really want to go out there. I've wanted to check out Charleston for over 10 years.
Well.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yep.
You're like, Finn and Sammy, watch out. Here we come.
But yeah, and Umphrey's used to, I don't know if they're playing summer camp this year, because summer camp's kind of changed, because they like stopped it, and then they named it Soul Shine Festival one year. It was like summer camp Soul Shine Festival, because that was one of the like stages, and now it's like summer camp's back, but
yeah,
it
that's
was
the one I sent you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That I saw and I sent it to you.
Yeah. Because I went 3 years in a row, and Umphrey's and Mo, another jam band, put it on, and they each played every single day. Mm. So that's kind of how I got more acquainted with them, because I'd be going to see a lot more, like, artists, EDM mostly, but it was nice, because you could always, like, oh, you're walking by Umphrey's, go stop there for a bit, listen to it. Where Finn and Sammy, they'd be like stuck there all weekend, and I'm like, you guys are missing out on like all the other artists here, because that is one of the best festivals for variety.
Yeah.
Like headlining bluegrass artists, headlining EDM artists.
That'd be fun.
Like I saw, I've seen Twiddle there, and then I've seen Diplo, RL Grime, and
that's quite a mix-up.
Yeah.
Like Twiddle to Diplo.
Yeah.
That's quite a change.
Or like Green Sky Bluegrass.
No clue.
Just amazing.
I think you've mentioned them
jam
before.
Grass. I played their songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so funny how we're on different spectrums sometimes. Like people can listen and they're like, yeah, Green Sky Bluegrass, and then you're like, no clue, and they're
I
like,
have no clue. The bluegrass is still a new thing for me. I mean, I've listened to it a little bit in the past, but not to where I'm like, oh man, I need to know who this artist is.
Well, we just get so much with the festival and Steamboat, Winter Wondergrass, and just, bluegrass now. A lot of the biggest bands they're more like jam, psychedelic grass.
Oh, see, I like that where they have like that psychedelic sound to them. I like those ones.
Yeah. Umphrey's killed it. It was great, like getting to feel more social at a show, and I felt like more around people that I'm comfortable around, where I can kind of come out of my shell.
Yeah. Down here. But the question is why can't you come out of your shell at other times?
Yeah. Got to go within. It was great meeting Julius.
Yeah.
That was a great connection to make, and interesting guy.
Yeah. And I love how you get so talkative that you're like sharing every single part of your life with a stranger.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God. So like today I woke up and I had this for breakfast, and I had to make sure that I had this on it just to complete it. And then, like 5 years ago I had this for breakfast, kind of thing. Like that's how the topic goes. Only this time it was me. You were like trying to hype me up. Why are you divulging my life secrets? Stop talking about me.
Well, I like to tell people that you have 3 teenage children.
I'm like, why?
They're like, what?
I know, but then it puts me on the spot, and then it's like weird because you're like, yeah, I'm like 6 years younger than her.
Like, doing pretty well, huh? Tight like a tiger.
I just don't get it. You just love sharing things about my personal life with strangers. You're like the Dutch Bros employee.
Yeah, you said that last episode.
Yeah, you're the Dutch Bros boyfriend.
Well, it just depends on the mood I'm in.
Yeah, well, you, I feel like should be.
Do you not like it?
No, it makes me super uncomfortable.
Okay, I'll keep doing it.
It makes me super uncomfortable. I've just learned to accept you for who you are, and how you are, and you become like a chatty, like you are a chatty Cathy, and I am a go within and observe type person a lot of the times, and I am a guarded person, and so I don't like sharing my personal life with strangers. I don't like them knowing personal things about me. Things like how old I am, how many children I have, what I ate for breakfast yesterday, my social security number, date of birth. That kind of stuff. That's like personal to me. You're like, hell, you want to steal my identity? Go for it. Here you go. Let me write it down for you. Oh, and this is my favorite color. This is a security question to all my accounts.
Maybe they want to buy me something for my birthday. I want to make sure they're getting me the right the right color.
But seriously, you just love sharing. You just love talking to people.
Yeah.
You're a more like approachable person because you're not so closed off. You're like the golden retriever.
Well, it makes me uncomfortable when you're like so closed off and I'm not, that I'm like, I don't want them to think that she's like she's not she's like mean. Yeah,
who cares?
True.
I don't care. I'll chime in when I want to. I'm listening all the time. I'm always listening to things that are going on around me.
Yeah.
And I kind of base it off how it feels. And a lot of the times when people are talking, I can feel that they really aren't genuine and they really don't care what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So why am I wasting my time and energy talking about something that maybe I'm like and I'm passionate about or that interests me to you who I can feel that you're trying to be nice. And I'm not about that. So and sometimes too, you talk a lot.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, so it's nice. It gives me a little break.
Yeah.
Because then you're talking to other people instead of then I can just enjoy the music.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like being a chomper where I'm talking during the whole set, but I don't.
Not anymore. When we first started dating, we would go to a show and you would talk the entire time. You would get it's because you were just so happy.
Yeah.
You're just so happy that it just comes out. Just happens.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the people.
EDM shows is different though.
Yeah.
I'm more likely to conversate with people than you sometimes. The jam bands though, that's definitely that's your thing for sure.
Yeah, there were some nice people there. It was interesting. Like, I gave one sticker to this black guy, and he was there with some friends, and he was saying that it was like his second time like going out, or his friends taking him out to like a concert or something, or maybe the second time seeing Umphrey's.
Oh, okay. I'm like, second time going out to a concert ever?
I mean, you would be surprised.
That is true.
Some people are just not a part of that world.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I've met people at festivals that they're like, this is my first festival. And I'm like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Your first festival and you're down in the
Yeah, especially when they're all like decked out. Like, you'd think like, oh, you've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice when you see people that are like just so stoked on life, and just you can kind of tell they're just been exposed to this whole other other world.
People that it's their first time going to like a festival or like a big event, I used to love giving those people, like, I'd make trinkets or like perlers or like cool like candy to give to people like that, because it's like your first time going, so it's kind of like a lot. And then I remember the first time going to shows and getting like trinkets, and that was the highlight.
Yeah.
It was so, that was just like, look at all this cool shit that I got. And so I love giving trinkets to people who it's their first time.
Yeah.
Because then they're like, oh my God. And they're going to remember that forever.
Absolutely. It's the plur nowadays.
I mean, it's still there, just not as noticeable. And it's like evolved. You know, a lot of people don't do candy anymore. And that maybe, I mean, if you go to mainstream EDM, you still have candy. Some people still do. I feel like people do more of like the sprouts, the stickers, the things that are not going to be specific to wearing at a festival or show. Because you can wear a sprout on your hat anytime. You can put a sticker on anything. So like that stuff is more meaningful to than like a bracelet that, I mean, look, I have all mine. Well, actually, did I take them all off and take them apart? I think I might have taken them apart. I don't know. But I had all of them that were just like on a ribbon that I had just gotten over, that was like the span of a couple years, and then I had saved them all. No, wearing all those. I kept the like some cool stuff that I found off it, but for the most part, I taught them to recycle and put them in the beads, and now Declan plays with them.
Yeah.
And builds things. Because like I take bracelets every single time. I never give them away.
Maybe you just need to practice your plur more.
Well, see, to me, when I go, unless I'm like having a like really good conversation with someone, I feel like it used to not be like this, but now I feel like a weirdo if I'm like, hey.
I've just never been comfortable with the trading of the candies. Like, it seems so like...
I used to go and like be so mollied out that I'd be like, oh my God, let me, you look so beautiful. Let me give it, like, and it would be like no big deal. But now it's not like that, and I feel ridiculous if I'm like, let me give you this because your aura signaled to me that this one is for you.
Yeah.
It's for you. Actually, I would probably leave a lasting impression on someone if I was like...
Yeah, you should do that.
This signaled this. It's for you. You're, like, something else today.
She's like, I pooped twice this morning. I zoomied a bit.
Went for a car ride.
I'm so content. I'm always so jealous of dogs. I'm like, man, like, dogs that have good lives. I'm just like, man, you just get to, like, fucking chill all day.
Right? Like, I've never had a dog that would do this. Like, she's literally, like, just in my lap, just there. She just needs her tongue sticking out.
Yeah. But yeah, I love how we both had the same thought, because you came out here when you were still living in Reno, and you knew I was like into Disco Biscuits. I've never been a huge fan of them because when I've seen them, it's kind of like
their music is good listening to it on Spotify, but their live was not that good.
Yeah.
Whereas Umphrey's was, they're not bad on this when I was listening to them on Spotify, but they're live. Like, you know how Pretty Lights records their sets and then uploads them?
Yeah.
It would be cool if Umphrey's did that.
Yeah, it's all on Nugs.
But with the sound quality being good. Not like someone who's recording it and you have the weird, you hear all this stuff in the background.
Yeah, it's called nugs.net. You pay like you pay like $17 a month, and then like all these bands have live recordings, so you can like follow like as they're touring, they'll come up the next day, or you can listen, or you pay extra and you listen to it live that night. Or
I mean, $17 a month if you get oh, I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really like in that scene, involved in that scene, and you like hearing your bands release.
Yeah, I mean, that's not that bad, because I would be more inclined to listen to a set like how we listen to I love listening to Pretty Lights. Here we are talking about Pretty Lights again on the TV, watching the full set, than listening to the songs that he puts on Spotify.
Well, yeah, I mean, he needs to release a new album. It's kind of getting a little crazy out here, you know.
Yeah, but it's different. Like, you don't get to hear the mix of the music on Spotify like you do for a live set.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be any artist.
And then Nugs, too, they just have, like, all these, like, you could search, like, any band and see what live. So it's really cool. Like, there's some really old live sets on there from all sorts of artists.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's interesting. Like, I feel like artists, Umphrey's, McGee, Fish, Pretty Lights, I'm so excited about showing someone them, and then you play their stuff on the phone or something, and I'm listening to it, I'm like, man, I feel like this does sound weird. Like, why? Like, how could you be into this?
You're like the guy who's like, trust me, I promise you, when you see them live, it's going to be so good. It might not sound that great right now, but it is so good live.
Yeah, because it's such a different feeling, because listening to the recordings, it's like, man, this is kind of weird. And then, but when you're live at it, it hits different, and it's life-changing.
Yeah.
Like with Fish, like, what was your impression of listening to it on recording compared to live?
I mean, the live is different every single time. Like, we have that one song, The Divided Sky, that I like, and each live one is different.
Yeah.
They're all different. But I like listening to just the recorded one. and you like listening to the live ones and I'm like, they're all different. Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
The jams are different.
The jams are different.
Yeah.
But it was like Fish, it was different. Listening to them live and then listening to them not.
Like
with the recorded like albums that they've released. There is more, you can feel the presence of the artistry and the live compared to more in the live than you do in the album.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe that's why there's such a following that people have for the jam bands.
Yeah, because it was questionable if you were gonna even. I feel like when I'd play Fish for you before you saw them live, you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like this.
Yeah, but live was different.
Yeah.
It's so different. But that's what I'm saying is you can feel, you know, if one band member is not feeling it, you can tell it's you know, it's the energy that's putting into their music, and you can feel that when they're playing. And so that's, I think, why the live sets hit differently, because you're able to actually feel them in real time, what they're feeling, and it's coming through in the music. Whereas when you're recording when you're recording a session in a studio, how many times are they having to restart and replay that same song over and over again?
Yeah.
You know, to get a good recording. So the authenticity of having that raw moment right there, you're gonna feel it more in the live.
Yeah, it loses a sense of magic of,
when it's recorded.
Yeah, you're taking a risk. when you play live and trusting in the, people are gonna, your bandmates are going to flow with you. And
Yeah, because I mean, in a studio session, they're probably like, "Oh man, let's do that again. Let's do another take," and they're trying to, it's not like they're switching it up every single time. That would be kind of useless for a studio session, I feel like. But live, they're not like, "Oh shit, we fucked that up." They're like, "Oh shit, we fucked that up. Let's keep going. Let's make the best of it," kind of thing, instead of like, "Oh, we got to start over."
yeah.
So there's that real time rawness to it that you don't get in anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe that's why it's funny when I told you the other day that my instructor when we were going to that and I said it's a jam band and he's like, "Oh yeah, you look like a jam band type of person." Which I don't feel like I look like the people that are
Have you looked in a mirror right now? Look
Okay,
at the
yeah,
hat
right
you
now.
have on. No,
right
just
now.
kidding.
But now, like, with thinking of it and finding the appreciation for it, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I would happily go to a live jam band over, like, Post Malone, I love Post Malone. But I'm, like, how it's, you're just singing, he's just singing the same songs exactly how they are. Or like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I don't like Taylor Swift, but concerts like that, I would happily go to a jam band over a concert like that any day.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know.
You can stay.
What would you do if I was a Swiftie? If I was like, "Oh my god, baby!"
We wouldn't be here.
You'd love this song. I'd be like first thing in the morning playing Taylor Swift. No.
Well, Swifties and Fish fans do have something in common. They will wear diapers so they don't have to go to the bathroom during the sets.
Stop it. No way.
That's the lore.
That's so not okay. Did you know that on New Year's Eve in New York, that there's no were you the one that told me that?
Well, once
that there's
you're
no bathrooms and that people will wear
diapers
because so that they don't have an accident?
So they don't have to leave. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, not worth it.
No.
Like, New Year's is fun and all, but...
And you're freezing your ass off.
Yeah.
Because it's like negative degrees there probably. Wind chill 20. I don't know. I'm just spitting numbers. But it's probably cold.
Yeah, well, they're just, NPCs. Must go do this to complete this.
What is the allure of it? You're like crowded in Times Square with thousands of people, no bathrooms, standing in the cold, waiting for the ball to drop.
I think it's just
Why not
iconic.
be out home?
It's just
watching it on your TV in the warmth under a blanket.
Yeah, or going to go to you're in New York. If you're cool, you go to Fish for New Year's Eve. Man, I'm really bummed.
And that Fish on New Year's Eve, that would be actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
We aren't in that timeline yet where we can be a Fish fan ticket buy.
Yeah, those tickets are fucking crazy. Look at the Sphere.
Yeah. We were going to
the lowest one was like what, $300? No, it was more than that. It was like $600.
Yeah.
For the lowest one in the Sphere. When you started going up higher, it was like $3,000 to $5,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because we were planning to go to Fish the 25th and 26th as far as just show up on lot and see what happened. But my concern was also the fact that tickets are so expensive. What are the chances of getting a free Miracle compared to at the Hollywood Bowl, the tickets were like $40, $50.
Yeah.
But, anything could happen. Income is tight right now, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
But, we need to go to the Sphere. I don't get I see these artists playing the sphere more and more, but I never hear about them
I do.
beforehand.
I do.
Like, you knew Tape B was playing? You saw an advertisement for that?
Yeah.
Why is my algorithm not getting that?
Well, I also follow promoters for Vegas.
Oh, maybe that's why.
And so once you like start to follow a few pages for that like area, then they kind of start to your algorithm will send you stuff like that. So like Millennium, when Millennium played at the Sphere, I seen things for that before, and then Subtronics. Like anytime there's usually something big like that at the Sphere, I see it on social media.
Yeah, I didn't hear till after the fact. You know, Levity, Subtronics, Tape B. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even know they were playing.
Yeah, but with those two, you have to do pre-sale. So you have to sign up for the pre-sale, and then you have to get. I mean, it's like when we did the Pretty Lights, and we had to wait in the queue, and you have to wait in the queue, and you have to be prepared to drop a lot of money at that time if you want tickets, because if not, they sell out.
Well, the Pretty Lights one I'm confused about because there's no price difference of when we bought them compared to now.
Yeah, so then what was the benefit of the pre-sale? Ouch!
Maybe it's just, okay, maybe this could sell out.
I bet it's closer, but also it is. I mean, it's not in the beginning of summer like last year.
Yeah,
so it is going to be cold.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be...
late September, or mid-September.
Mid-September, like, hopefully there's not going to be no, like, weather.
Oh, there could be weather.
No, I know. I'm just saying I hope there's not. Like, you gotta prepare for a cold.
Yeah, and it kind of makes not chilling in the water as...
Yeah, as alluring.
Yeah.
Because in June, it is hot enough during the day that water was, like, perfect.
I could start going to the gym and running more because they do a 5K and do a 5K with Pretty Lights. That'd be pretty sweet.
You have at it.
Okay.
You have at it.
But yeah, looking forward to that.
You could even take Declan, you know? Be like, come on, Declan, we're going to go run a 5K. It's only like...
3 miles.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I thought it was like 1.5 miles.
I don't know. I thought it was more.
Sam, so be careful. I'm going to knock shit down. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, I'm really just not that, I just don't know Umphrey's McGee as well as some fans. So I kind of feel bad that I can't give more insight into the show other than it was honestly one of the best Umphrey shows I've seen.
3.1 miles.
Yeah.
Hey, we walk how many miles at Disney?
True. And you don't have to run the entire 5K as long as you complete
slowly.
it. Yeah.
If he can walk the 12 to 15 miles, it's like, that's like how much we walk when we go to Disney. So if he can do that, I bet he could do a 3K no problem.
5K, 3 mile.
5K, 3 mile.
I mean, look at Two Bears, One Cave. They did their first 5K, and Jelly Roll came and walked the whole thing, and now look at him. He's like 100 pounds or more.
He looks like a completely different man.
After that, he was like, I'm gonna be a runner. I'm gonna start running. He went full Dave Goggins. But yeah, Umphrey's McGee, that was a great show.
Yeah.
Their lights are so good. Julius was saying that, that the fish lighting guy and Umphrey's lighting guy are like some of the top in the game. And then I was like, yeah, but Laser Shark, Pretty Lights is like, I can't forget about Greg Ellis. He's amazing.
I mean, their lights are pretty. Yeah? Is that a good one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll be here all day.
Overall rating for the Umphrey show?
Oh. Well, I will give it a 9 out of 10. But the only reason why is because the venue slanted like this for one, and it's such a small, compact space that it was crowded in a weird way, and I don't know, outside of that, 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I wish it was like it was a little bit of a bigger venue.
Yeah, because I don't know if it was 2 years prior, they played the Bellwether, and that was a big room.
Yeah.
With a big balcony. But who knows? Maybe it just has to do with the timing of their tour, which venue's available.
Yeah, the cost of it.
You know, did we sell as many tickets at the bigger venue that we would have liked?
There's a lot of things that probably go into play.
But
to dictate
that size venue, it's such a different experience.
Yeah, I mean,
in a good way.
Yeah.
So I do like that. I mean, we have been to so many freaking venues now in LA. It's like they don't ever end.
No.
It's cool.
And they're all so different.
Yeah.
There's so much character to each one. And like this one is kind of like Exchange LA, where it's like that really old building.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to see the old architecture that's like inside of it.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. So it's interesting to know what was in here before it became a music venue.
Maybe like an opera or something, you know?
Because
like a big stage, all of the stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Because the Regent is right next to... Maybe it was a movie theater. I could see it being a movie theater because of how the entrance was.
Yeah, and it's slanted like this, so that would make sense because you have movie theater seats.
I bet it was. Maybe. Because the Regent was right next to Exchange, and that's DTL, downtown LA.
Yeah,
so
you got the front part, which could have been, if it was a movie theater, then that could have been like where you had your concessions and stuff. Old school movie theater.
I could see how it was designed being a movie theater, how it was laid out being a movie theater.
Be interesting to look,
the history.
The history of it.
Because you got to think, what was it like when LA was a young city? That's downtown LA, where that Exchange LA was an old stock exchange.
Yeah, which you can tell when you go into it.
Yeah, and then, so... There's probably a lot of history, and I feel like LA needs to... I've heard other people talk about this, like, on podcasts. Why isn't there more, there's cemeteries where you can go and there's freaking, really famous people buried there. So why don't they highlight more of the history of LA?
Oh, I was like, where is this going?
Well, it's kind of...
You said cemetery and famous people, and we were just talking about music venues.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I feel like they lack on highlighting some of the history of being such an iconic place.
No, I don't think that they lack on the history. I think it's there if you are in the line of, receiving that information. There's probably tours you can take of LA that go through all of the history of LA. But unless you're searching for that and being open to that, like, coming to you for information, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, it's just interesting.
Like, I'm curious, Exchange LA, so they have the upstairs, but don't they have a downstairs
Yeah, they said the
too?
basement.
The basement?
Yeah.
Why don't they do bigger things there?
Like a festival.
Where, like... I know it's not the same capacity, the same size, but like if you have the basement one and the upstairs, you could do like what they do at Wobbleland, where they have the big room, the massive stage, but then they have downstairs, and then they have a side room for 2 other stages.
Yeah, that's crazy. Even like the observatory, they'll have 2 shows going on.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd do that.
And they're like 2 completely separate genres, like total polar opposites of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Knock down the gate.
Did he scare you?
Maybe
Do
because...
we need to come up here and I'll save you?
Maybe because they want to focus more on at Exchange getting people into the bottle service and whatnot, and not be dealing with the whole other thing going on downstairs.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know.
Do you know about the tar pits in LA? Talking about history?
No.
There's these it's like pools of tar that have been there forever. So dinosaurs got stuck in them, and animals get stuck in them and die. So there's like fossils, dinosaur fossils, and they have like a whole little like museum.
Oh, this was in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in real life, but it's probably in like a kids movie or something.
Like a 90s movie.
Like dinosaur or something.
Where like there's these big pits of tar, and it's like modern day, and they have fake dinosaurs, and they're like, this is the tar that killed the dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's real.
Wow.
Maybe we got to do an LA day where we go to the observatory.
Yeah, I haven't done any of this. I've been living here for almost a year and haven't done any of that.
Well, it's a bitch because once you're in there, you're spending like hours just to go from one side to the other.
So?
Yeah. And we got to go to the expo park. That place is cool.
No clue.
That's where Disco Line is playing, but they have like
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
I had that pop up over on my thing, the Disco Lions, because they're playing on your birthday.
Yeah, but we're not going to Disco Lines because we're like, that's
sadly.
as much as I love Disco Lines, I don't really feel like
The LA crowd.
dealing with that on my birthday. However, the day after my birthday, Grammatic, a daytime set.
On the beach.
An evening set. Because it's, on the beach in
Yeah.
San Diego. That's going to be great. And
Yeah.
who's opening?
Lumasi.
And there'll probably be another small opener.
Well, it's 4 to 9.
Okay.
So it's 5 hours.
Yeah. So maybe like when they first open the doors, someone, and
Unless
then Lumasi.
Grammatic's doing like a 2-hour set.
Yeah.
Then that leaves Lumasi and then another opener.
Yeah. But that'll be and it's Sunday, so it'll be chill.
Yeah.
Check out that venue because Big G's going to play there. Big G's also going to be playing. We might see Big G twice because they're going to be playing like months apart. One at Exchange and then at San Diego. So we might see 2 Big G shows this year. Hey, I'm not complaining. Make up for not being at Rowdy Town at Red Rock, so. All right. Well, first jam band episode.
Yeah.
So, hope to see some more variety. Don't know if we'll see Billy Strings this year, depending on if we can find some tickets.
Yeah.
That would be a nice thing for you to experience. Some true psychedelic jamgrass.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Because when is it?
He's playing LA and San Diego, I think September. Oh, I gotta see the dates. I think it's later. I think it's when we get back from.
Oh, I was going to say, we're in Colorado for Pretty Lights in September.
Yeah.
That'll be, yeah. We'll have to see. No, you are not getting the cats.
All right, well, I think that wraps it up.
Okay.